Hello there, my name is Jeff Johnson. I am the Dean of Students for the Tri-City School of Preaching and Christian Development here in Elizabethton, Tennessee. And let me say this before we get into a question that needs to be answered. If you're interested in coming to preaching school, we'd love to have you. Please call us, contact us. You can ask for me or our director, Wesley Simons, or co-director, Eddie Kraft, and we'd love for you to come and visit with us. Now, a question is come before us: what do I look for when searching for a church? Well, there's several things that can come into play here. The first thing I think of is pure gospel. You know, our Lord said, "He that believeth and is baptized shall be saved, but he that believeth not shall be condemned." Mark 16, verse 15 and 16. And we want to make sure that that pure gospel is being taught. So many in our religious world today will say, hey, just recite the sinner's prayer, or just accept Jesus into your heart. But that's not going to save you. So we want to make sure that the pure gospel is being taught. Another thing is sound doctrine. In Acts 2, verse 42, it says, "And they continue steadfastly in the apostles' doctrine and the breaking of bread." We want to make sure that the Bible is the guide. The Bible is the standard by which we teach from. Man may have opinions, but those opinions don't matter when it comes to scriptures. So everything that we have pertains unto life and godliness is written right here in this book. So we want to make sure, first of all, that it is pure gospel, sound doctrine, but also spiritual worship. John 4, verse 24, God is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth, by the right acts and with the right attitude. Now we notice something there when it comes to the acts of worship, how we sing and without the accompaniment of an instrument, and we preach and teach. We have the giving on the Lord's Day and also the Lord's Supper, and most of all, let's not forget to pray. And so we need to make sure that these acts of worship are by the guidelines that God has specified for him to be worshiped. Also, there's the congregational pattern, how that God has laid out the pattern for his church, and how that church is to be overseen, how that elders are to be established in the congregation as they meet the qualifications. Deacons are laid out throughout the congregation that they may help in the work of the church. And also we have the preacher, and we have teachers as well. You know, some in the denominational world will have a pastor or a one-man rule, but that is not according to the scriptures. So we want to make sure that it is a congregational pattern. Some of the things that will attract people to a church is that it is full of love and that of unity. You know, Jesus prayed for unity in John 17, verse 20 through 23. How that his disciples would be one as he and his Father are one. Also looking for a church, righteousness, peace, and joy, Romans chapter 14, 17 through 19. And also that of humility and respect and forbearance, Ephesians 4, 1, 2, and 3. So these are just some little factors that can play in, but if I had to suggest to anyone, if you were looking for a church, make sure it is pure gospel, sound doctrine, spiritual worship, and that which follows a congregational pattern that is designed for us in the Bible. I want to thank you for submitting your questions, and keep them coming in, and may you have a blessed day.